Our federal government has said there is no resource more essential to Canadians and the Canadian economy than clean, reliable, fresh water. And I couldn't agree more. And I believe Regina has three key advantages that make us a clear choice for the CWA. The first advantage we have in Regina has been cited by our Prime Minister, the legacy of the Prairie Farm Rehabilitation Agency, the PFRA. It was created in 1935, and this agency became internationally known as one of the world's leading agencies for sharing research and new technologies for water, agri-environmental issues, and sustainable water development. That legacy continues. Today, Saskatchewan has more water researchers per capita than any other province, and the largest freshwater project in the world. Just as it was 86 years ago, it's important to have a federal agency in Regina overseeing water issues to ensure our nation's future prosperity. Our second critical advantage is our partnership with Indigenous people. Regina is sincerely the proud home of the First Nations University of Canada. In the spirit of nation building, we believe the CWA can facilitate the blending of Western science with the traditional knowledge at the First Nations University of Canada to develop water solutions that serve all Canadians. There is only one post-secondary institution where that kind of cooperation and reconciliation can happen, and it's at the First Nations University of Canada, and that is in Regina. And of course, we have another critical advantage, our strong community. Our community-wide effort to attract the CWA to Regina is unmatched in Canada. Coming together in this effort are Indigenous scholars, traditional knowledge keepers, world-class climate change researchers, education and community leaders, and civic leaders who will nurture the CWA to be a national, nation-building success. Regina is the logical location for the Canada Water Agency.
A repository of knowledge, both Indigenous and Western science, can happen here in Regina. We can come together at the First Nations University of Canada, at the University of Regina, at the Saskatchewan Polytech, to strengthen access to this data, to collaborate and braid together all ways of knowing and the relationship with water from a Western science and an Indigenous knowledge perspective. We can strengthen public policy through a coexistent effort to balance all of these issues together. And the First Nations University, the U of R, and the Sask Polytech are great institutions that will bring this balance together. So with that, I am proud to say that on behalf of our File Hills Qu'Appelle Tribal Council, we support the Canada Water Agency being located in Treaty 4 territory.
We believe that a Canada Water Agency located in Regina will create many opportunities for engagement of Indigenous elders, leaders, communities, and the youth. This is an opportunity to develop a new federal agency with the inclusion of Indigenous elders and youth as a foundational element. Ensuring their voices are part of research and future water policy will be critical to engagement, consultation, and sustainability of our precious water resources. Should the Canada Water Agency be located in Regina, it could be a catalyst for the First Nations University to develop a new institute of sustainable development and resilience that would be built on Indigenous values and traditional knowledge, helping future generations ensure Canada's water ecosystems and communities are sustainable.
We've got many areas of academic and research expertise at the U of R, but water is an area of particular focus and collaboration. Addressing Canadian climate and water challenges will be increasingly critical. As a university, we are well placed to contribute to the Canada Water Agency. We can bring an active engagement with First Nations who must be involved, as both Bob and Chief Bellegarde have said. There's a growing practice of community and Indigenous involvement in research, which is so important when we are working for the public good. In terms of interinstitutional collaboration across Canada, we've collaborated on water and/or climate change research with 27 Canadian universities. We have international collaborations with researchers in 50 countries on freshwater and climate change research. Expertise in water quality. We have Canada Research Chair, Dr. Peter Levitt. We have our colleague in the Department of Biology, Dr. Carrie Finlay, and others working with the Institute of Environmental Change and Society. Dr. Gordon Wong of our Faculty of Engineering does predictive modeling for floods and droughts. And climate change and sustainability policy is carried out by Dr. Margot Hurlbert of Johnson-Shayama Graduate School. Dave Sachin and his colleagues with Park and Climate West work on climate resilience, sustainability, and water management strategies. In short, we are a national and global leader in water, environment, and sustainability research. Our expertise and capacity align in many ways with the Canada Water Agency's objectives, and we can bring that to bear on this partnership in a very real way.
Water is a vital part of our common future, and Saskatchewan Polytechnic has a long-standing history of applied research on water stewardship. Today, that work includes vital research on water security, land runoff, water utilization, and other key topics. Saskatchewan Polytechnic has a reputation for providing a consistent, highly technical, qualified talent pipeline related to water stewardship. Each year, we supply the labor force with graduates in civil engineering, environmental engineering, needs assessment analysis, integrated resource management. The Canadian Water Agency presence in Regina would create an opportunity for us to deliver more graduates than ever, an exciting development for sure. Lastly, Saskatchewan Polytechnic has a deep understanding of water security issues on the prairies. At the same time, we have a long history of working with Indigenous communities. Knowing that the Regina-based Canadian Water Agency would strive to blend Indigenous and Western knowledge, we are very excited to collaborate in bringing this vision to reality. We look forward to many successful days ahead.